Gemini, welcome to your reading. So I'm just going to start pulling your current energy and find out what is the main thing that you're focused on for roughly the next week. Let's see if we can get what's influencing your current. Tell me about, let's find out what you need to focus on from the universe. And your past. Gemini, these are all major cards until now. Tell me about your near future. What else do you need to know? What else is influencing this situation? Tell me about your hopes or fears. All right, so, okay, Gemini, this feels so much like you. This is the Magician, and what is really being highlighted here for me is kind of the dual sides of your personality. So where on one hand, you can be very giving and a very warm person, but you can also shut that off and be very cold and distant. And there's something here. And I don't want to use the word manipulating because it's got like a negative connotation to it, but it feels a lot like you're influencing a situation because you know that there's these two sides, and if you behave one way, it's almost like you're behaving in a way to get exactly what you need, but that's not necessarily manipulation unless you're trying to trick somebody, and you might be trying to do that with the Magician card. What I'm seeing here, and this is really where I am getting that kind of shadow side to you, is you're not balanced right now. We've got the Justice card here in reverse, and it's also being influenced by the Hanged Man in reverse, which tells me that you are moving forward. You're kind of plowing through this entire situation, but you're very unbalanced doing it. So watch your intentions, because they're not coming across as very positive. They're not coming across as very altruistic. You're very much just focused on yourself. Right or wrong, it's just the energy I'm getting. So what you need to focus on, there's this Temperance card showing up. So it's the card of Sagittarius. There is something here about optimism, but really what this is about restoring balance, because you've got the Justice card here in reverse, but you also have here with this Temperance card, kind of right where my finger is, there's a yin and yang. And Sagittarius is a very fair energy, always wants things to be fair. So watch what you're doing and what you're saying, because the universe is trying to encourage you to don't go down a negative path. Focus on what's really fair for everybody. I'm getting the Devil card in reverse in your past position. So if you feel like you were being manipulated in the past, and I feel like that you were, from your perspective, you feel like you were being manipulated. And so now it's kind of like tables have turned and you have the opportunity to treat somebody the way that you were treated. Watch that, because that's what's throwing you off balance right now. I'm getting the Four of Pentacles down here in your strength position. So this is all about your foundation. This is who you are. This is what you want. This is what you need, really, from a stability standpoint. So that's your strength, is kind of being able to ground yourself and center yourself. And it does actually really line up with this Temperance energy to kind of help put you back in alignment. If you really just stop focusing on getting even with somebody or delivering somebody's karmic message, whatever that is, focus on you, but the positive side of you. We have the Ace of Wands sitting here in your near future. So this is about going after what you want. This is about your passions, and really, it feels like the start of a new project here in your near future. Be careful, because you don't want to bring the negative energy that you're currently sitting on into this new project, because it'll taint it. So watch what you're saying, watch what you're doing, watch your intentions. I'm getting the World card in reverse. So there is something here that's continuing. I'll find out more when I clarify, but this, whatever this is, I'm not getting a clear sense of like, is this career? Is this love? Is this family even? I'm just getting just that general sense of where your mind is at right now. This is actually influencing you, the King of Wands in reverse. This feels a lot like the reason behind your current energy, where you're not really seeing the positive on things, or you're kind of getting even with somebody right now, and it's because this King of Wands is in reverse. So what's influencing you is that you feel like you've lost something that really meant something to you. You lost something that you truly were passionate about, or something like that. So this is what's influencing you. So if it is a romantic situation, you feel like you're just getting even with the other person because that person threw you out of balance. I'll find out more, but I'm getting just that energy from you, Gemini. Hopes or fears, Seven of Wands in reverse. You're you don't want to keep going around this. You don't want to keep going back and forth with this person or in this situation and constantly just trying to like almost like two puppies like nibbling at each other. It's kind of that like play fighting, but it's not really play. Like you just don't want to keep going down this path of like this person snips at you, you snip back, and this person does something to you, so you get even and you do something back. And while these seem to be small things, they're adding up. They're adding up to create just a real animosity here. Eight of Swords in the upright is sitting in your potential outcome position. So this is about you going inside your mind and really trying to analyze and think things through. But it's like this self-imposed prison. It almost feels like you're going to be taking some sort of step back here in order to evaluate and just really think about what it is that you're doing. Let's start clarifying. So we have the Justice card and the Hanged Man in reverse for Gemini. I have the Hanged Man in the upright. Interesting. Very interesting, because that was very connected to the Eight of Swords, but it's clarifying these two cards. So what's been happening here is it has been a lot of back and forth. It's like you do something to somebody else and then you wait to see what their reaction is going to be. And then somebody does something to you and then you respond in kind, and you're going back and forth. So there's a lot of stopping and starting here. A lot of stopping and starting. And that's really keeping you out of balance. So let's find out more about this Temperance card that really is trying to get you back into balance. Two of Wands in reverse. So whatever decision that you've made, you need to rethink what the decision was, because, and again, this is coming back to your intentions. What were you trying to accomplish here? What did you think was going to happen? If you made a decision without thinking through what the consequences would be or what you wanted the end game to be, now's the time to take that step back and really think about what it is that you truly want, because when you start focusing on that, that's what helps restore balance for you and get you out of that just path that you're on. Tell me about the Devil in reverse. I have the Hermit. Not a surprise here. Not a surprise at all. There is a lot of introspection that's been happening. You've been going inside your mind a lot to really think things through and analyze, but looking at it in the past position, you kind of recognize what this pattern is, but you're also at the same time not really doing anything about it to change it. Let's find out about this Four of Pentacles. Nine of Wands in reverse. If you stop focusing on trying to get even with another person, and I keep using those terms because that's what it feels like to me, so take that as it resonates. It may not be as extreme as that you're not trying to like get even with somebody. You're just, I don't know, maybe a little frustrated and getting your digs in where you can. But what this is telling me is that if you switch your focus, you start focusing on what you really want, you do reestablish your stability, your foundation, and you also bring down those walls. You actually stop, you break this pattern of behavior. Tell me about the Ace of Wands. The Moon in reverse. This is about you understanding and really seeing the full picture here. So with this Ace of Wands, once you finally understand what your motives are, what your actions are, just the impact of everything that's happening here, that's when you can break the cycle and start really going after exactly what you want. And this feels like it's just a new project, a new beginning. It's something new. It's a new way of thinking and living. Tell me about the world. I have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is here in reverse and in the upright. This is about going after what you want. This is about you being charismatic and bold and really just allowing yourself to continue, but in a better way. And you have the strength to break this cycle, whatever the cycle is. You have the strength to break it. But that doesn't mean it's an end to whatever the relationship is or whatever the situation is. It just means that you can break the cycle and put the two of you on a better path, a healthier path. Tell me about this King of Wands in reverse. I have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Interesting that I'm getting a lot of the same cards in the upright and in the reverse. So there is a lot of back and forth here. A lot of back and forth. So when you're in this cycle, you're not going after what you want. You're just, it's almost like you're being very impulsive and you are just kind of living in the moment and you're not really caring about what the long-term consequences to your actions are. But it's time to really start thinking about that. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands in reverse, I'm also getting the Ten of Swords in reverse, which tells me that this is scarring you. This back and forth is having some sort of impact on you. You're not happy in this situation with this pattern of behavior and the going back and forth. You want all of this to end. Tell me about this Eight of Swords. I'm getting the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Again, I'm getting a lot of cards in both the upright and in the reverse. You are going to spend some time thinking about what is throwing you off balance, what is preventing you from feeling stable and secure in this connection. That's where I see your outcome. You are looking to change the tide. It's just going to take a little bit for you to get there because you have to really kind of dig deep and figure out what's going on with you and start with what you can control. Any last messages from the universe here? So the card that came out was Wonder. Let me just read that. Just around the corner, exciting possibilities are waiting for you. Wonders will be abounding in your life. Sometimes they won't be apparent at first. Nevertheless, they're there. The more you see them and embrace them, the more these possibilities will grow in magnitude. Celebrate and cherish even the smaller ones, no matter how tiny they may seem. Let go of expectations. Don't limit the way that you think. Don't limit the way that you think that wondrous events could appear in your life. Be open. If you believe, anything and everything is possible. So, Gemini, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.